Okay, good morning all. Let us start our unit number 7, transaction concurrency control, locking, timestamp based locking. Okay, that is the last topic for the mid-sem in transaction chapter. Okay, let us start with the today's session. Okay, so today we are going to learn the log-based protocol, timestamp, two-phase locking, growing lock, shrinking lock, and if the time permits, then we'll definitely see the graph-based protocol. So what is the concurrency control actually? The concurrency control, it says uh, if there are many number of transactions executing at the same time, that is transaction 1, transaction 2, transaction 3. Okay, as multiple number of transactions is occurring at the same time, then each and every transaction must finish it successfully. Okay, so and again, if a transaction T1, for example, if a transaction T1 and T2 are there, if both the transactions are executing in the same order, okay, in the same order, but if they have a different number of data items, then there is no more chance of having the conflict over the transaction. But if both the transactions are happening at the same simultaneously, and both are having the same data item A, okay, then what should we do? Okay, so we have some specific set of rules for locking of an data items. That means if the data item A is working is being used by transaction T1, that should not be taken by transaction T2, because as it is as it is a data item and transaction T1 is working on a data item, then it should not be taken by data item for transaction T2. Okay, that is why we we use some locking mechanism to control the concurrent access to the data items. So we cannot have both the transactions cannot have the same data item at the same time. So if one is first transaction is working on the data item, other transaction definitely has to wait for to get the data item free. Okay, if the data item becomes free, the T2 will have T2 will have the another data the same data item after some time. Okay, so to do so, we have some set of rules, and we have two different modes. Number one is exclusive mode and shared mode. Okay, so when the data item can be both read as well as a data item as well as a write. Exclusive lock is requested using exclusive lock instruction. So it is known as lock X instruction. Okay, and the shared mode, that is the data item can only be read like slock. So lock X is the instruction, and slock is requested using lock X instruction. So what what it says, when we have this shared lock, okay, when we have this shared lock, we have a shared lock, we can read. So the data item, any transaction T1, T2, or T3 can read the data item at simultaneous time. Okay, on a simultaneously, many number of transactions can read the data item. That is, we are sharing a file. In the similar fashion, when we are writing a blog, for example, when we are writing a blog on Quora, okay, for any blogging site, if we are writing something, so we are reading something or reading on a blog, multiple number of users can read as well. Multiple number of users can read the same blog at the same time at different location. So the read, that is, we say when we are using the same blog, it is been given by a shared mode, that is shared lock. Okay, so multiple number of users, multiple number of transactions can have the same data item, can read the data items, but the same date on a same data item, if someone wishes some transaction, let us say two, if transaction T2 is writing on particular data item, that is making an operation or make updating on data item or any other operation is being executed over the transaction, no other transaction other than T2 will have the data items, because it is using the exclusive mode to work on data items. So that means when a data item has a log X instruction, it can have both the both the chance to read the value and writing on our data items. So the reading and writing both instruction will be having where we are using log X instruction. So requests are made to the concurrency control manager by the program. So the transaction can proceed only after request is granted. That means આ બધું ચકડમકડ કોણ કરે છે? The transaction control manager, and this transaction control manager is being derived by a programmer who is making the database system. Okay, so the locking and unlocking is being done with the help of is been done by programmer and who programs it as well. So the transaction can proceed only after the request is granted. એટલે જ્યારે બી એક્ઝિક્યુશન થાય ત્યારે શું ખાલી આટલી જ વસ્તુ જોવાની રહે કે એને લોક છે કે નથી. That means if some transaction T operation is going on over the T2, no other transaction is can have the update or upgrade or change the data items data the same data item as well. Okay, let us see something more interesting about the data item, that is when we say it is an execution. Okay, lock based protocol. So we have, this is known as lock based protocol when we are making a locking on particular item. So let us say, so the compatible matrix. So we have a transaction who has a shared, who request for shared lock. Okay, here we have a shared lock. Here we have a shared lock for the transaction. Okay, and we have a shared on a data items. આ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન માટેનું છે અને આ જે છે એ data items માટેનું છે. If a data item, if a transaction T1, for example, transaction T1 is working with a read shared variable, that is when it comes with the shared lock. Okay, and a data item is available for a shared lock, so the grant will be given to the T1 to all the transaction as well. But if a transaction, for example T2, is there having exclusive lock on a data item, okay, then no grant will be given to the other than to the any transaction other than T2. Okay, so if it is exclusive instruction taken from and T2, then no shared will be given. Sharing of data item will not be allowed, and the exclusive instruction is there on a data item will not be given to any another instruction. એટલે શું થાય કે let us simplify the same. Let us go with the transaction may be granted a lock on an item if the requested lock is compatible with the locks already held on the item by other transaction, and then any number of a transaction can hold shared lock on an item. That means if we have a transaction T1, T2, T3, T4 and has a shared lock instruction, and request for shared lock on the same data item. એટલે 5 ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન હોય T1 T2 T3 T4 બધાની પાસે shared lock ની ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન હોય અને ડેટા આઇટમને શેર્ડ લોક કરવા માંગે તો થઈ શકે બટ એક્સક્લુઝિવ હોય તો ન થઈ શકે because at a time single transaction is allowed to write a value. Okay, જેમ કે blogs 5 10 25 માણસ એક સાથે blog read કરતા હોય but when I start writing, okay, so everyone will not have the updated value of the logs. Okay, so once I commit the transaction, once I finish my, that means once I make a save control S or I make a commit statement, then and then my newer value of a newer value will be getting updated over the database table. So the other users who are having the new shared log can have the updated value of a data items. So that is why the granting and non-granting equations can work as well. Okay, so let us say the number of transaction આપણે એક સાથે execute ન જ કરી શકીએ જો આપણી પાસે single instruction હોય તો. So if a law cannot be granted, the requesting transaction is made to be wait till all incompatible locks held by the other transaction have been released. So lock is then granted. હવે બીજું કવિ આમાં શું કીધું કે જો તમારે લેવું હોય સપોઝ તમારે એક્સક્લુઝિવ ઓર કે એક્સક્લુઝિવ લોક તમારે લેવું હોય તો શું કરવું પડે you will have to wait till it releases something. Okay, till the transaction releases the instruction. જ્યાં સુધી lock release ના થાય ત્યાં સુધી તમે યુટિલાઇઝ ન કરી શકો. ઇટ ઇઝ સિમિલર કે તમારું ઘર છે, તમારા ઘરની અંદર એક લોક મારેલું છે બરાબર અને તમારે અંદર જવું છે બરાબર તો તમારે શું કરવું પડે લોક ખોલીને જવું પડે. ઓકે, સો અને જ્યારે તમે તમારા ઘરની બહાર નીકળો તો તમે લોક મારી દો. ઓકે, એ ડ્યુરેશનની અંદર તમે યુટિલાઇઝ કરી શકો, ઘર બીજો કોઈ યુટિલાઇઝ ન કરી શકે. In the same fashion, when you have an exclusive lock X instruction you have, then nobody else other than you can utilize the data item as well. Okay, let us see the same the compatible locks. Okay, so we have a shared, again the transaction is shared and data item is also a shared. The shared transaction lock X can be there, can be available. See here we have a transaction, the example of locking protocol. We have a T1 and T2. Both the instructions, both the transactions are working as well as the simultaneously. Okay, and when it comes with the lock X, that is this one. Okay, lock X and a data item is B. So we say it is an exclusive lock on data item B, and then execution starts reading the value of B. Okay, making the subtraction of 50 rupees from data item B, then writing a data item B will be there. Okay, so here is what it is, writing the value. Now it is unlocking the value of B. So the locking which has been done on exclusive on data item B, now it is we are unlocking it. Okay, so this is what we have, an exclusive lock. But now what happens, locking of SB occurs, that is a shared lock. This is lock. Okay, now T2 requesting for shared lock will be available on data item B because it is reading the value. Okay, reading the value, that is data item B. So now T2 is reading the value. After the reading of a value finishes, it unlocks the B. So this is an example of shared lock. Okay, so you need to keep in mind that whenever you are supposed to write or any, if you wish to do any operation over the data item, you must have an exclusive lock. Okay, if you just you have to read the value of data item, you do not need to have an exclusive lock as well. Okay, so this is how you can define the locking of exclusive or shared locks, or the locking can be provided over the transactions. So both the transactions can work simultaneously as well. Okay, આમાં કોઈની doubt છે? એક doubt આવવો જોઈએ. Okay, this is what one more transaction is locking of S. Then S, there is shared lock on data item A. The reading, it reads the value, unlocks the value of A. Now lock, shared lock on B, reading the value of B, unlocking the value of B, and displays A plus B. That means જે બી value read થઈ અને unlock થઈ, read થઈ અને unlock થઈ. Okay, પહેલા grant થયું, પછી unlock થયું, unlock થયું, lock થયું, unlock થયું, and whatever the value of A plus B will be displayed. So as the looking as above is not sufficient to grant the serializability. If A and B get updated in between the reading value of A and B, the display sum would be wrong. Okay, આ બેની વચ્ચે કોઈ T1 transaction કંઈક કરે because it may has a exclusive or તો પછી એની updated value ના મળે. So the locking protocol is a set of rules followed by all the transaction while requesting and releasing the locks. So the locking protocol restricts the set of possible schedules. Okay, so possible schedules. So here, okay, આમાં એક doubt તમને આવવો જોઈએ. Okay, આમાં કોઈને doubt ખરો?
તમે હમણાં કીધું હતું ને કે એક્સક્લુઝિવ લોક કોઈ એક જ યુઝ કરી
Exclusive
લોક એક જ વખત યુઝ થઈ શકે, મતલબ કોઈ એક
use થઈ શકે.
આઈટમ ઉપર.
હવે સપોઝ મારે જો અહીંયા અનલોક બી થયું, બરાબર? આ અનલોક બી થઈ ગયું. ઓકે, નાવ મારું અહીંયા ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ ગયું. ઓકે, નાવ ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ હું આ અહીંયા કાઢી અને અહીંયા હું આ અનલોક કરી નાખું. લેટ મી રાઇટ ઇટ ડાઉન. Unlock B. Okay, તો શું થશે? What could be the status of this?
સેમ જ રહેશે,
હા,
સેમ જ રહેશે, સેમ ટુ સેમ.
કેમ સેમ ટુ સેમ રહેશે? તો અહીંયા
કારણ કે આઈટમ તો એક જ છે ને,
ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન ચાલુ છે. ઓકે, આ આપણી પાસે આ છે જ નહીં. હવે શું કરવાનું? So see here what happens. આની પાસે શું છે? log x છે. ઓકે, એક્સક્લુઝિવ લોક ઓન બી છે. સમજ શું છે આની પાસે? એક્સક્લુઝિવ એટલે એ કોઈને રીડ બી નહીં કરવા દે અને રાઇટ બી નહીં કરવા દે. ઓકે, રાઇટ તો નથી જ કરવાનું, ત્યાં સુધી નહીં કરવા દે જ્યાં સુધી એને અનલોક બી નહીં કરે ને ત્યાં સુધી એના પર ઓપરેશન નહીં કરવા દે. સપોઝ આ શેર્ડ લોક માંગશે તો it will so the transaction T2 has to wait till transaction T1 finishes its work. Okay, so આ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન નું એક્ઝિક્યુશન થશે જ નહીં. શું થશે? આનું ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન નહીં થાય. પૂછો કેમ? બોલ દીપ, કેમ નહીં થાય? પૂછ કેમ?
કેમ સર?
કારણ કે આ શેર્ડ લોક છે. ઓકે, but still it the T1 has not finished or released the lock A. Sorry, lock B. Unlock B has not been ડન. જ્યાં સુધી અનલોક નહીં થાય ત્યાં સુધી બીજા કોઈને એને ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન નહીં થવા દે. સો વોટ વિલ હેપન, T2 will T2 has to wait till T1 finishes the task as well. આ જ્યાં સુધી complete નહીં કરે ત્યાં સુધી આ execute નહીં થાય. As soon as the unlock B occurs, T2 starts execution for the shared lock for reading the value of item B. Getting? Now this what happens over here. અહીંયા શું છે, shared lock item A છે. ઓકે, આ કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ ગયું. shared lock on item B છે, તો બંને અલગ અલગ છે. Okay, બંને item, both the items are apart, so there is no more issue in conflicting. So it will work easily for displaying the item, the addition of A and B. In between, for example, suppose कोई exclusive lock લઈ લે તો પછી ડેટા આઇટમ A और B ઉપર, તો પછી એ તકલીફ પડે. પણ બે શેર્ડ લોક એક સાથે આવી શકે. સપોઝ એવું બને કે નેક્સ્ટ એક્ઝામ્પલમાં કહે શેર્ડ લોક SA, લોક SB બંને પોસિબલ છે? હા, પોસિબલ છે, because both the data items are apart. So we can have the growing lock as well. Okay, આપણે will see into the next session. That is the two-phase locking. Two-phase locking means when we are working with multiple number of transactions, along with multiple number of data items. At that time, what happens? We'll have to provide we'll have to ensure the config serializable schedule. So what we are supposed to do in such cases, we need to give such a solution that સૌથી પહેલા શું થશે કે ભાઈ કાં તો એને પહેલા લોક કરી નાખો. સૌથી પહેલા શું કરો, ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન may obtain lock. ઓકે, ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન may not release. એટલે સૌથી પહેલા જે છે પહેલા બધા લોક આપતા જાઓ. મીન્સ ડેટા આઇટમ ઉપર કોને જોઈએ છે? ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન T1 ને શેર્ડ લોક જોઈએ છે. T1 ને ફરીથી શેર્ડ લોક A આઇટમ ઉપર જોઈએ છે. ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન T2 ને B ઉપર exclusive lock B item ઉપર જોઈએ છે. Likewise, number of transactions જે છે, for each and every transaction you are supposed to give lock and lock. And after, so in the first portion of your transaction you are supposed to give, that is granting a lock, and the next portion, that is second half portion of your transaction, you are supposed to release all the locks. Okay, so this protocol ensures the serializability. It can be proved that the transaction can be serialized in order of lock points. Okay, so let us see an example of two-phase locking. First, okay, પહેલું જે આપણે જોયું concurrency control માં, that is lock based protocol. Now we have a two-phase locking. In two-phase locking, see here the transaction T1 is given. For example, that growing lock means locking of a variable B. Locking of a variable B. So the lock has been granted for the data item B. Again, it reads the value, okay, makes an operation of it, writing of a B occurs. Now locking of exclusive A for data item A occurs, operation has been done. Okay, now the next portion, that is next second half portion of the transaction, that is shrinking locks. That means we are releasing each and every lock which are been granted on first half, that is on a growing phase. Okay, so this we say it is a growing phase, and this is a shrinking. And shrinking એટલે release karo, and growing phase means giving or granting locks to each and every data items on single transaction. Okay, so here single transaction T1 says the T2 no hoy, the T2 will not have an exclusive lock for data item B till it releases the B. Okay, so this is how. So first half will give locking to each and every data item on same transaction, and second half will shrinking phase where it releases all the given locks as well. Okay, there could not be any series or any sequence of unlocking the data items. Okay, so the two-phase locking, there can be a config serializable schedule that cannot obtain if the two-phase locking is used. However, in the absence of extra information, the order of access to data, the two-phase locking is needed to config serializable in the following sense. Okay, so given a transaction P1 that does not follow a two-phase locking, we can find a transaction Tj that uses the two-phase locking and schedule for Tj. Okay, આજે આપણે કર્યું એ જ છે. ઓકે, હવે આમાં સપોઝ કવિ આમાં એવું કે છે each and every time, okay, each and every time આપણે two-phase locking use ન કરી શકીએ કદાચ, કારણ because we have a config serializable, we need to follow the conflict serializable schedule. So to do so conflict ના થાય. Okay, તો શું કરવાનું એના માટે? We can have the two phase locking with lock conversion. Okay, આની પહેલા અહીંયા આપણે જોયું કે locking આપે છે, તો હવે શું કરવાનું? locking થાય છે તો મારે આ ડ્યુરેશન ની અંદર, સપોઝ મારા આ ડ્યુરેશન ની અંદર T2 ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન માટે ડેટા આઇટમ B જોઈતો તો મારે શું કરવાનું? ડેટા આઇટમ A જોઈતો તો મારે શું કરવાનું? I'll have to wait. ઓકે, બીજો કોઈ ઓપ્શન છે? ઓકે, સો એવી સિચ્યુએશન ની અંદર we can use the two phase locking with lock conversion. The first phase can acquire a shared on a data item, can acquire a lock X on data on the same item, and can convert shared to X to upgrade the session and can release. Okay, so શું થશે? કોઈ આને આઈડિયા ખરો? આમાં કવિએ શું કીધું? અનિરુદ્ધ બોલો. અનિરુદ્ધ દિયા, ઋતુ, જૈનમ, 34, 35, 38, 40. યસ, કુંજ બોલતો. શું કીધું આમાં કવિએ? આમાં એવું કીધું કે ભાઈ સૌથી પહેલા બીજું કઈ નહીં, એને શેર્ડ લોક આપી દો. Okay, so whenever any transaction request for any transaction should be given a shared lock. Okay, whenever it requires, then and then you give it to the exclusive lock. Okay, that means you have to convert a shared lock to lock X. That is, you are upgrading the lock, that is shared માંથી આપણે exclusive lock માં જઈએ છે. That is on the first phase. क्या થાય છે? This is on the first phase where you are defaultly giving the value of shared lock, and whenever it is required to have an exclusive lock on a data item, then and then you give it to the transaction. Okay, to do so it has to be upgraded from lock S, that is shared lock, to exclusive lock. That means you upgrade it for further execution. Okay, so that was the on the first phase, that is on the growing phase. Okay, and the next half, that is second phase, you release the shared, you release the X, that is exclusive lock, and then you degrade to the the downgrade to the exclusive lock to shared lock. Okay, so that means you are what you are doing, you are doing downgrading of the execution. So first phase માં તમે upgrade કરો, next phase second phase માં તમે downgrade કરો. So at the end of the transaction, a shared lock will be available, exclusive lock will be available, upgradation will be available. Okay, upgrade થઈ ગયું. Okay, એના પછી it releases both the. So what will happen as the upgrade downgradation occurs, other transaction who are waiting to get the transaction will have the same data item to make an operation. Okay, so this protocol ensures the serializability, but still really relies on the programmer to insert the various locking instruction. Okay, આપણે કરી શકીએ પણ serializability આપણે ensure કરી શકીએ કે will not have any conflictness, but still it depends on a programmer, because programmer is definitely going to give a much more over the can contribute over the database કારણ કે programmer જે છે database create કરવાનો છે. Okay, so okay, it may in many cases, okay, in many cases the T3 and T4 both are working. Okay, કદાચ એક ક્વેશ્ચન ડાઉટ કદાચ તમને હોય કે ભાઈ એક જ ડેટા આઇટમ ઉપર સપોઝ મલ્ટિપલ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન એલોટ કરવાના થાય તો શું થાય? તો અહીંયા શું કહે છે કે લોક એક્સ ડેટા આઇટમ બી ઉપર છે, it is reading, it is making the operation, and again it is writing the value of x. Okay, so what will happen again here is also lock x shared lock reading the value of and lock and requesting for shared lock on data item b, but it is not been released. Okay, yet અહીંયા data item b release નથી થયું છે, unlock કોઈ બી statement છે unlock નથી થયું. So that means this, so what will happen, lock s, okay, shared lock on data item a is not been released by transaction t4, but it is requested by t3. Okay, t3 એને exclusive lock કોના ઉપર જોઈએ છે, data item a ઉપર, અને shared lock કોના ઉપર જોઈએ છે, b ઉપર, but in t3 it is not been released the data item b. Here for t4 data item a is not been unlocked. So such situation what will happen, t ને b જોઈએ, t ને a જોઈએ છે અને t3 ને data item a જોઈએ છે, જ્યારે t4 ને data item b જોઈએ છે. So અને બંને રિલીઝ બી નથી કરતા, t3 data item b નથી રિલીઝ કરતું, t4 data item a રિલીઝ નથી કરતું. So in such a situation, such situation occurs in two-phase locking if a programmer has not executed it very well. Okay, such a situation is known as deadlock. Okay, so both will t3 and t4 both will strive to get the data item to complete its transaction, and both will not receive any data item because no one is ready to unlock the data item. That means such situation leads to the deadlock as well. Okay, so such a situation is called a deadlock. To handle a deadlock, one of the t3 or t4 must be rolled back and its lock to be released. એટલે આમાં શું કીધું કે t3 અને t4 બેમાંથી એક રોલ બેક થઈ જવું જોઈએ. જો t3 રોલ બેક થાય તો પછી ડેટા આઇટમ b રિલીઝ થાય, and that data item b will be available for t4 for further execution. Okay, if data item a of t4 is being rolled back, so the all, that means we are removing the locks available on t4, t3 will have a data item a. So that means any of t3 or t4 may release or roll back to its initial position to for further available, to get available for the next transaction to occur. So So such is known as deadlock. Okay. So here the time next is timestamp. Timestamp protocol. હવે આમાં એક હવે see what we do, we have an issue over આમાં કોઈ ડાઉટ એક એટલીસ્ટ એક સિંગલ ડાઉટ હોવો જોઈએ. હમ એટલે આમાં એક શું આવવું જોઈએ કે બેઉ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન T1 અને T2 આવું ક્યારે થાય કે નંબર ઓફ, જેમ કે મારે લેપટોપ પરચેસ કરવું છે, કે ધ્રુવ સરને લેપટોપ પરચેસ કરવું છે, જયનમને લેપટોપ પરચેસ કરવું છે, દીપને અને ઋતુને બધાને લેપટોપ પરચેસ કરવું છે અને સેમ લેપટોપ બધાને ગમી ગયું છે. ઓકે, ડેલ નું 5 નંબરનું જે છે, ઓકે 555 જેવી કોડ છે એ ગમી ગયું છે. ઓકે, સો વી ઓલ આર ટ્રાઇંગ બટ નો વન ઇઝ ગેટિંગ. ઓકે, એ તો થવું ના જોઈએ. સો what to do, any transaction, any number of transactions, if there is a deadlock or trying to have or having the conflict situation which is not working over the serializability. Okay, so to do so, what do we have a timestamp based protocol. Okay, so deadlock ના થાય એના માટે શું થાય, આપણે time નાખી દઈએ કે ભાઈ when you should the timestamp when it enters the system. If an old transaction T1, let us say T1 has a timestamp timestamp 1, a new transaction TJ is assigned timestamp such that Ti is lesser than Tj. એટલે આપણે શું કરવું પડે કે ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન ને જે બી આપણે ટાઈમ સ્ટેમ્પ, એટલે દરેકે દરેક ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન ને આપણે ટાઈમ સ્ટેમ્પ આપી દઈએ કે ભાઈ 5 સેકન્ડ ની અંદર ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન T1 કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ જાય. પછી બીજું ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન T2 આવે તો એને 5 સેકન્ડ પછીનું એટલે બીજી 6 to 10 સેકન્ડ આપે, એટલે 5 સેકન્ડ થાય એટલે T1 ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ જાય. નેક્સ્ટ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન આવે એટલે શું થાય, T2 આવે which starts with the 6th second and will finishes at 10th second of the transaction. So such will make the even execution of a transaction and will preserve the serializability order. So the protocol manages the concurrent situation. એટલે એક સાથે number of transaction થશે તો બી execution થશે, and such that timestamp determines the serializable order. So in order to ensure such behavior, the protocol maintains for each data item Q that timestamp values, and the data item Q જે છે 2 timestamp values